take a picture. Hey, take a picture.
I think the ones that should be deported are being deported. To be honest, I'm a Latina. My family came from this country to this country legally, and I love to see rapists, human traffickers deported. I don't want to see them here. I want us to be free for all colors, for all people. Like, that's what makes America great again. So we can create, so we can live. Like, as an artist, as a musician, I want to be able to walk at night and not think that I'm going to get killed by an illegal alien. And so those are the people getting deported, and those are the people that should get deported.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Sorry for the very, very little videos for the past at least 2 days. I don't normally work on the weekend, so, you know, there's that. So this is quite a bit of difference for him now, but I'm getting back on track. Okay, thank you all for 1,000+ subscribers. You guys are absolutely incredible. I can't believe I made this milestone, and hopefully I can reach the other milestone for everybody to enjoy. All right, so what we have here is the far left, or I would say either illegal immigrants or what have you, are protesting. Well, actually, it'd be more considered a riot that over the deportations of illegal immigrants. And as well, there has been a trans terror group, or at least a cult in this matter, pretty much just killing a Border Patrol agent. So, yeah, there's all that and more, and we're going to be going over to you guys. So, without further ado, we have this here. We have protests continuing into the night in downtown LA during a day without immigrants. Goes on to say here that the demonstrators opposed to President Donald Trump's immigration policies gathered at City Hall Monday and marched through downtown Los Angeles. The gathering comes one day after hundreds of protesters rallied and marched downtown, eventually blocking the 101 freeway and causing major traffic delays. A similar protest was also held outside the federal courthouse in Santa Ana. So, we have demonstrators were detained. Several people were detained in downtown Los Angeles, false 11s. Crew members were told that those detained for nonviolent reasons were cited and let go shortly after getting handcuffed. Yeah. So there has been crowd disperses. There's been vehicle makes donuts here.
Pressing themselves, an imminent threat.
So we have that here.
Have to use greater use of force in order to control this crowd.
Almost any people. Protest grows. It's been absolute mayhem in this area here in LA, and this is insane. And if they think that this riot, because it's what it is going to change Americans' minds, they're sadly mistaken. We have this as well. We have the murder gang of computer whiz kids linked to the killings of a Border Patrol agent and a landlord 3,000 miles apart. And yeah. And of course, this is the big story right here as well, is part of the same thing. It says trans vegan terror cult tied to recent murder of Border Patrol agent and at least 3 others. Goes on to say the Ziz cult has been blamed for a string of brutal slayings and mayhem across the United States, including the fatal shooting of a Border Patrol agent in Vermont. A nationwide manhunt is underway for Michelle Jadko, and a transgender and non-binary person who police believe blocked the semi-automatic weapons used by other transgender people who fatally shot Border Patrol agent David Myland on January 20th during a traffic stop in Coventry, Vermont. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about on how these trans people are not the kindest people on the planet. The far left are extremely violent. They're very dangerous. And what we're seeing to have a common occurrence here is that a lot of these mass shootings have been trans people. And then a lot of these shootings have been, and apparently this latest killing has been by another trans individual. And it happens to be a cult. Because the Democratic Party is a cult. It's always been a cult. And we're seeing this now to where it really is. It says Ms. Jadko, who is connected to the group in an online post, is also a person of interest in the killings of her parents in 2023, and a connection with the slaying of Vallejo, California landowner Curtis Lind. In all, the alleged cult is tied to a string of killings reminiscent of the murders carried out by Charles Manson followers in the 1960s. In this case, Mr. Lasota is not charged in any of the killings. Some members of this group are charged with gravely injuring and killing Lind. They're accused of attacking him with a sword after he tried to evict them from squatting on his property. Lind, 82, fatally shot one of his assailants in self-defense. He lost an eye in the attack, and on January 17th, as he was poised to testify against his accused assailants, he was stabbed to death outside his home. Police arrested Maximilian Bentley Schneider, who was connected to the Zizians, and charged him with Lind's death. In court documents obtained by the Associated Press, prosecutors had said Lind was intentionally killed for the purpose of preventing his testimony in a criminal proceeding. Although law enforcement made connections between many of the individuals, online social media influencer Andy No, who has tracked Antifa and other anti-social groups, pieced together the attacks more broadly. Last month, he helped tie the violence to Mr. El Salota and his associates. Mr. No, writing for the New York Post, described Mr. Lasota's group known as Zizians as highly educated trans, vegan, and rationalists who hold fringe, historic, ideological beliefs about transhumanism and animal rights. So yeah, it's quite insane on what we're dealing with here, right? This is the insanity that we have from the left. And of course, this continues, right? We have here, blocking traffic while waving foreign flags to get people to oppose to deportations. There we have it. And then we have more here. This is, I don't know if I can watch all of this. It says, anti-deportation mob attacks a man tearing down his American flag in Dallas. ICE start showing up to these protests, period. And then we have this. Anti-protesters and police and physical altercation as tensions continue to escalate in downtown LA protests. Multiple injured.
Look it up, I'm gonna sue you, buddy.
Well, that was intense.
So you get the drift. So, I'm going to have a thing to say about this. And it's going to be a very wide opening thing for you leftists. So, when you guys go out and do this, do you think this is going to make the Americans any more or less racist? Because when you guys are going acting out a fool and being an idiot and attacking people, blocking traffic, destroying things, vandalism, and all this stuff, destroying the American flag with foreign flags, mind you, do you think this is going to push any American the other way to not want to deport you? No. What it's going to do is going to make you all want to get deported. See, what I have right now in my eyes is that I see every last one of these people in foreign flags. I want all these people deported. And the reason why I want all these people deported is because they're throwing our American flag onto the ground. They're burning our American flag. They're stopping. Well, we haven't seen any burnings, correction, so let me correct that. They haven't been burning it, but they have been at least vandalizing it, throwing it away, disrespecting the American flag, and putting up foreign flags in our country. No. You're here in America. You sport the American flag. You are an American. And if you guys don't seem like you're American enough, which is the reason why the whole thing of being affiliated and coming into our country and respecting our country is probably the highest order, that is how you become an American. But with the way our laws are, or were, you were able to come into this country, be able to be an anchor baby, not be able to speak any lick of English, and be allowed in America, and that's insanity. And you guys don't respect America. So why should us, Americans, still want you in our country, especially when you're doing something like this, right? Like, why would anybody want to be part of America or want to have you in our country? You are doing your guys a disservice to yourselves. And this young, very pretty Latina woman has something to say about it, and I agree with everything that this woman says. Take a look.
Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the Latinos in Atlanta, Georgia, who were protesting. Congratulations. Because of your behavior, you guys managed to get the whole world to look at us like, congratulations. You did it. You did it. I think Donald Trump is right now. He's in his office as we speak. He is about to sign the paperwork to allow us all to stay here. No more deportation. Because the way you guys were out there in the streets, stopping traffic, smoking, blasting music, being disruptive. I heard some of you guys were destroying, vandalizing cars. That right there, my friend, that is a good way to get Donald Trump's attention. Congratulations. I think he's going to change his mind. And thanks to you guys, we are not going to get deported. Our people are going to be allowed to stay here because that is what this country needs. We need people like you guys who are terrorizing the streets. Sounds to me like Brown Lives Matter, maybe, because you guys look just like what happened in Colorado with the Black Lives Matter movement when people started vandalizing people's, businesses and looting and just having you guys are like some rock stars at this point. You guys need a record deal. The way you guys are acting is so embarrassing, and I don't care. I don't care what you guys say. Look, if this was happening when the kids were in cages, if you guys were as deep as you were in Atlanta, and you guys were out there in the streets saying, let them kids out them cages, free the children, now I can respect that. I'm down for anything that has to do with saving some innocent children. I wouldn't mind. Maybe not the vandalizing part, of course, but I wouldn't mind protesting, and I'm down for that. You can call me, I'll be there. But the kids in cages did not get this type of energy. I don't know why. I'm always gonna wonder that. I'm always gonna think like, why didn't the kids being locked in cages, like hundreds and thousands of them, and a lot of them were reported SA abuse, and nothing happened, like crickets. And what's crazy is those kids were innocent. Now I can see I can see going down the street protesting like I'm something like that. Like I can respect that, but really? This is what we're doing now? I mean, is Dallas in competition with Atlanta? Because disrespecting the flag was one thing, but vandalizing? Way to go, guys. Now they're going to look at all of us like we're all the same. Way to go. Way to go, guys.
And you know what? I would 100% agree with her. And why I agree with her is because it's like when you see BLM, when you see black people, when you see them doing crimes and horrible things, or women or black women acting ghetto, you have this type of insult, this type of like I'm not like that type of deal. Now, obviously, not all black people are like this, and obviously, not all Latinos are like this. She is a good case in point on how not all Latinos are like this. But the point being is, when when people see a bunch of these people act, you create stereotypes, and then you create a better racism. And it's not anybody's too terrible fault, because when you see people act like hooligans, and then you see people like this, you do not like them. They do not end up respecting you. And this is going to make everybody, even it's going to make everybody else that sees like a Latino or a Mexican be like, why do I want you here? I have some good Mexican friends. I have a really good one. I have a really good Mexican friend that I talk on occasion. He works hard, very hard worker, very good American. And he doesn't agree with this either. He makes jokes about these criminal Latinos doing this type of stuff. He's a good man. But the fact of the matter is that it makes people like him, people like her, seem like they're always bad because these hooligans want to get out, vandalize the streets with their foreign flags. I think he'd be the first one to raise the American flag in his house and be an actual American. He's here for a reason. And the fact of the matter is that you are pushing this. You're making racism worse for you guys. You're making yourselves get deported quicker. So keep doing this because the American people have been spoken. And it's not going to be on your side. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Let's guys share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.